Hello. So it's Keely again. Today we're making grandma. So I recently posted a video about grandma's house, about Ruth herself. So today we're actually going to be making her. And in hindsight, it would have been a great idea to make a cat since the house was cat themed. But I forgot to do that, of course. So I will be posting when I post Grandma Ruth on the gallery, I will have added a cat. So there'll be a surprise mystery cat if you decide to go on and download Grandma Ruth from the gallery. Her name will actually be, as you'll see later in the video, Ruth, I think it's Hiddlesbum. I think that's actually the random generated name. I think it's Ruth Hiddlesbum or something like that. Uh, so that's a fun one. So here we go, going through trying to decide how I wanted Ruth to look. At this point, I don't think definitely had not changed this to an elder sim yet. Um, this is, in Grandma's heyday at the time. This is where I was like, yeah, all right, let's change that up. There we go. There's Grandma. So for today's joke of the day, the joke is, did you hear about the sheep, the snake, and the drum set that fell off the side of the cliff? So again, the joke of the day is, did you hear about the sheep, the snake, and the drum set that fell off the side of the cliff? The answer will be later in today's video. So like I said, I'll be adding a cat. It's going to be random. I'll try to figure out something, and you'll have to check it out and see. So here begins the montage of me trying to figure out the best hair. I wanted to use something I hadn't really used before for grandma, and I saw that, since they updated the hair a while back, that there's this other like grayish white swatch, but I didn't necessarily like how it looked on her, so I just went with the traditional gray. I tried to look to see what was available, and I liked this one, and I also restricted it to cats and dogs in the base game, I believe. At least it looks like I did. I made the sim around the same time that I made Grandma's house. So it is a little bit fuzzy for me. So as of me recording this, there's going to be a snowstorm supposedly coming up. So I am sure glad to be a little bit further south so that we won't have to worry about as much of a snowstorm here. But I'm ready. I've got my, car cover in case it does get super snowy because, every year I forget. Like, I'm like, oh, yeah, yeah, no, I got this. I go out there and I just turn my car on. And I'm like, I should have just turned the defrost on. So, there's always that one learning experience. When I was running some errands yesterday, I have this squirrel log. So technically it's a dog toy, but I just love squirrels. So they come with these little mini squirrels you may or may not have seen at your local pet store. Yeah, and they squeak and they're just the cutest little thing. And you can like put them in the log or take them out. So it's cute just to have it on display with the squirrels like hanging out on the log. And I was at a pet store and they had the same thing, except it was a Christmas and like festive squirrel, and it was like the log had like holly on it and stuff. And I was like, well, I don't need a whole new log, but I need a Christmas squirrel for only $2.50. Christmas squirrel's coming home with me, so I've got him sitting up on my desk, just kind of hanging out, being festive. So that was super cute. That's the one thing is like squirrels are kind of a niche item. Not many people like squirrels. They do a lot of damage to the electrical grid and electrical wires and things of that nature. But they are just so darn cute in my opinion. So I know for dog toys, there's always plenty of squirrels since dogs like squirrels. So it's kind of funny just to go through and see which ones are cute and which ones are not. So here we go. I finally decided on what shirt I wanted to use for Ruth, and there it is, Higginbottom. I think I was right. So Ruth Higginbottom here, and she's got her cat sweater on, which this is base game. I think I might have even done some city living stuff too. And so I ended up putting her aspiration as a friend of the animals because she has plenty of space in her house. She lives in the world that came with cats and dogs. So, she's all about the animals. She likes to take long walks in the morning to meet the local animals and cats, along with the one that she'll be having very, very soon. She also likes music, which you probably or may not have saw in her house build, where I had like a second floor music area, like an open space with a piano and with a microphone and a violin and other musical instruments, um, to kind of, dial into her creative passions. And she also is a loyal person. So Grandma's super loyal. Ruth's got your back. And your cat's back. Can't forget the kitty cats of any type. I ended up deciding on this hair with the little bow. I thought that it was cute. And I ended up trying to match the bow from several of the different versions or like recolors of this with her outfits later on. So there was a little bit of CC in this. The eyes that I have, these you can see the eyelashes right now. These are probably really outdated, but they still work in my game, so I've still been using them. But yeah, so I have that eyelash CC that will be posted. So when you go to look for this, if you go to look for this on my gallery account, it does have a little custom content or like mod little wrench next to it to show that there's some custom content. It's just the eyelashes and then the eyes, because I feel like the eyes that come with like base game or just the game in general are a little bit creepy. They're not necessarily the most inviting eyes. So I gave her some like hazel eyes, as you can see there. They look a little bit different. They're Whisper. That's the name, Whisper Eyes, I guess that's the name of the mod. I got them a while ago. Some of them have broken since, some of the new updates in the game, but some of the swatches are still working and there's so many, so I continue to use it. Here again, I decided to try to find a different hairstyle to use because I didn't want to just stick with the original. And I had a little bit of trouble deciding. I like the bun, but it's just too like forward in the front. Like it just rounds too much. If it was flat to her head, I probably would have chose the bun hairstyle. Instead, I went with this simple one that I can't think that I've really used much with my Sims. So I just added the gray one without the extra hair coloring. Try to do some low-key makeup and mess with the opacity and the intensity filters that were added to try to kind of make it like a hint of green or like a hint of blue, so it's just not so in your face. And I tried to use the cat shoes with almost everything because they're just the cutest things ever. And, if she loves cats, she's got to have her cat shoes. So here's where I went back and I went back and gave her some just very low-key earrings, just little hoops. I feel like that's like a grandma standard. I feel like a lot of grandmas that I've known or met, or just like older women in general, not everyone, just some people that I've met, like small hoops. I like small hoops as well. They're just really practical. I re-pierced my ears, I think a year ago now. I think it was exactly a year ago now. I re-pierced my ears. I'd had them pierced for like 10 years prior. But when I was younger, I had this sweatshirt that was too tight around the neck, and I went to pull the sweatshirt down, and I had these like gummy bear earrings. So they kind of like they were posts, but they kind of like went off the front of my ear and were a little bit thick. And so with the sweatshirt neck that was too tight, they actually pulled through my ears, and my earrings actually almost got pulled entirely through my earlobe. So there was, I mean, a minuscule amount of tissue left, and it just was awful. I didn't notice until I came home that day, and it was very, very painful. So I kind of just gave up on earrings. And then around a year ago, and then so around a year ago, after I had said, I'm done with earrings, whatever, I'm done. So 10 years from the ear ripping incident, I was on Etsy, and you know how this is gonna go. I was on Etsy and I saw some squirrel and chipmunk themed earrings, and I was like, I gotta re-pierce my ears. I want to wear these. So I thought that it would be a good idea if I re-pierce my own ears. Before doing this, though, don't do this at home. I did some research online, basic, Google searches and things, and I could still kind of feel, I believe it's called a fistula, like the scar tissue around, since I'd had my ears pierced for so long prior to the ear ripping incident, that once they finally healed, I still had that like scar tissue and it hadn't completely closed. So it only took me like two tries, and only one ear bled slightly, the other one just kind of went right in, and my ears were back to being pierced. And granted, because of the ear tearing incident earlier, my holes for my earrings are quite large compared to most people that just get their earrings done. But I was happy to wear my squirrel earrings and various other earrings that I found since then, including my hoop earrings, as I was mentioning, which are my absolute favorite. I got them on Etsy, and I got them in like a light green color and a teal color, and they're actually Nobium ones, so I know there's a very cool and interesting technique to how you can use that to change colors based on, I could be wrong, but it might be the amps. I'm not 100% certain on that. But I absolutely love them. They're great, easy to sleep in. They don't get caught on anything because they're the continuous hoops. They don't just stop in the back. So I just leave them in for weeks at a time. It's just really practical for when I go for a run or, whatever else. So small hoops were a must for this. I thought about adding glasses to Ruth, but I really wanted to use my CC eyelashes, and so I decided against that because I'm not really a fan of the Maxis eyelashes, or like the curtain that they add to the top of the eye and say it's an eyelash. So it's just not it. So here's when I added her likes and dislikes. I had a little trouble at first. So I added some colors based on the outfits that I selected for her. And I went back and looked to see that the main colors of the outfits were her liked colors. Then I went in and tried to find a bathing suit for her. I was going to go with that, but I thought, let's just go with the strapped one. I wish those came in solid colors and not with the black outline, so I just went with the straight black one, just so it looked nicer. I went back for our hoops and our eyelashes. Oh, just kidding. I decided to do sunglasses instead. I really like those sunglasses that came with, I think it's Seasons. They look nice. They come in fun colors. Gave her a little necklace. Got her ready so she's ready for the beach. I'm thinking about making a pool soon. I don't know if that's a good idea or not. I haven't made a pool in The Sims in a really, really long time. I think it's like my second most popular build on the gallery is the Beach Byway pool, I believe. And it's like three pools. I built it all the way back in like 2017 or something, most likely, and I could be wrong, but something like that. So I'm thinking about trying to revamp that idea and just make a whole new pool system with all the new items that we have, um, to make it more exciting. So I'll have to see what I can come up with that. I had to use this dress. It was cute. I wanted to use the red, but I thought, I really don't use this purple swatch a lot, so I went with that. Because as you'll see in a second, I decided to change her hair color too. Or not her hair color, but the bow color. And I kept deliberating back and forth, and it didn't come in a red, so I was like, let's just go back to the purple since it kind of matches the bow in her hair. And so I just stuck with the purple theme. Yeah, definitely had to tone down that purple makeup just a tad. Make sure she's got her eyelashes so she's ready to go. And this is the, did I skip? Oh no, that was the hot weather outfit. So now we're on to the last outfit. I specifically wanted to use one of the skirts, and as you saw, I had the hardest time getting rid of the filter. So I wanted to use this skirt, but I wasn't sure which swatch. Ended up going with some leggings and some socks, trying to figure out which one I wanted to use. I ended up going with those leggings, just in a different color, and made that her cold weather outfit as I add a pair of boots. Because I feel like, I could do like pants or something, but a nice skirt with like the leggings underneath gives you more possibilities. So this is how I kind of finished off the last outfit, and I ended up changing the hair since that green color didn't really match. Went and just did some light makeup, nothing crazy. Grandma Ruth doesn't have time for that. I like the ability now that you can add a saved filter, like of a piece of makeup. Like the MAC blush was really cool, but I felt like sometimes it was just way too over the top. So it was nice that I could do like a diluted version of it and save it so I didn't have to try to always make sure it was kind of similar each time. All right, as we near the end of the video, and the time that I selected the very cute cat hat that got added not too long ago, let's circle back to the joke of the day. So again, the joke of the day is, did you hear about the sheep, the snake, and the drum set that fell off the side of the cliff? Think about it for a second. And the answer is, but It's cheesy, but I like cheesy jokes. So here we go. So here's her everyday look. Oh, we're onto her fancy outfit. Oh, we forgot the nail polish. What a shame. I end up coming back to show off the outfits for each of the looks, but I did forget that. I gave her nail polish for like the first outfit and then I just forgot about it. So we had to go through and make it, standardized.